is drawing to a close, and I was thinking, do I really want to end the year with just another basic Kamen Rider review? Nah, we're gonna end on something a little bit different, and I've been seeing some folks out there putting out some top 10 lists, mainly Sergeant Hooked on Henshin. We definitely have different taste in shows, but that's a good thing. So what am I doing a top 10 on? Well, it's in the thumbnail, so I guess kind of spoiled things. It's Zio Agito's top 10 Rider Kicks. Main riders, only in base forms. That's right, we're going vanilla on this one. Disgusting. Number 10. Kamen Rider 4's was an okay season for me, and, honestly, I don't care for it overall. Says the guy with a Force driver right behind him. But the mechanic of using a rocket to be propelled into the sky, and then the impact of a drill kick, look, realistically, that should be brutal. But it's good old-fashioned fun in this show. Just because I don't particularly like a season doesn't mean I can't find something good about it. Number 9. Oh, we're going classic for this one. Yes, X honestly has one of my favorite rider kicks of classic Showa era Kamen Rider, having to show some extra flair to outdo the 3 riders before him, and of course their traditional rider kicks. X goes full acrobat on this one, tossing his Rydal stick into the air, using the spins to gain momentum and land that devastating blow. Number 8. Reiwa's first rider had to set the impact of being the Ichigo and Kuga of this new era. As such, they gave him a very flashy finisher that is sadly underutilized in this series. However, the implementation was definitely an enjoyable one to watch, as the effect and power is definitely felt in this one. Number 7. G is in canon, right? Obviously, I know this. It was made for a variety show, and I watched this back when it was first released. However, as somewhat of a wine connoisseur myself, using a corkscrew kick as a finisher, just added with that Goro swag he's got going on, I gotta give it to him on this one. This is number 7. Number 6. Moving a couple of alphabets up to J, the Ultraman rider. Look, I don't care. If I see a giant insectoid guy jump into the stratosphere, causing massive friction to the point that his kick is like a raging meteor, I gotta put you on this list. It may not be as flashy as the ones before it, but this look is just completely devastating. Number 5. This one might as well be abuse and a half. Ex-Aid's finishing rider kick not only deals several blows to the chest, but it's just a fun watch to be had. But of course, when you're based off of a side-scrolling action game, you gotta notch up the flair. Number 4. If Ex-Aid's was abuse and a half, this one's a high-speed hit and run, or I guess wait. Dealing with some street justice, it's nice to see the Rider Machine assist with the finisher on this one, as Trideron, his car, spins around, allowing drive to ricochet around the enemy. It's so glorious. Next up are my top 3, and part of the reason why these are so at the top is for their raw as fuck execution, and these were probably the hardest to arrange in this order. But let's go. Number 3. Talk about raw as fuck. Holy shit, I love this kick so much. Just rewatching it for this video got me instantly hype. It took a Showa classic and just added that modern oomph. Say what you will about the 2006 continuity of reboots, this here was great. the power, the acrobatism, and you thought it was over and then just lands another one. Why didn't they continue this story? Kamen Rider the Man would have been great. Number 2. We complained. Rider doesn't do night fights anymore. And then Kiva was like, don't worry, I'll CG it in. If you're a part of the fandom back in 08, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Kamen Rider Kiva's kick is one that lives rent-free in my mind. The night sky comes in, the violin chimes in, Kiva showing that he doesn't skip leg day, especially with how heavy the shoulders were on this outfit. And then there's the kick itself. Stamps you right to the ground with his logo. Yes, Revive wasn't the first to actually have a stamping finish. Actually, you know what? I'll dub this one honorary stomping finish. Number 1. As I mentioned before, I debated the hardest between these last 3. But Kabuto comes in first. Chuck Norris ain't got shit on this roundhouse kick. While every rider before him usually propels themselves towards the enemy, Tendo Soji lets the enemy come to him. He is the sun, after all. And look, I know that he has variations on this rider kick, but his traditional one is the roundhouse. So the amount of big dick energy coming from Kabuto is what makes this my number 1. It's just too good. I did originally have some more biased writers on the list, Faiz, Agito, Kuya, but I did want to be a little bit more constructive on why I like these and not just be a total fanboy. But that's it for my current top 10 writer kicks. Are you surprised by my list? What are your top 10 writer kicks? If I had done other non-main writers, the list would be different. Also, if we included the final forms, the list would be dramatically different. If we just did finishers in general, because, of course, not all Kamen Riders have a rider kick as their main finisher, then of course that list would have been different as well. However, this was just a fun video I decided to put together. I hope you guys have a happy new year, and I will catch you on the other side.